Good evening. Hello, everybody. This is Frank. I'm here with my main man, Dex, PulseWaveTrading.com. And we are very excited to be with you here. That's right, Mr. B. Mr. B is back, our favorite internet baby. 2 thumbs up. It's not started yet. It's that good, Mr. B. People just start throwing those thumbs up as soon as they see it. It's probably my handsome face. Anyway, Dex, how are you, man? It's wonderful Sunday. Are you excited about the markets this week?
When am I not excited about the markets? That's the better question.
Even with the World War threat?
World War III is upon us, and there's nothing that you or I can do about it.
Except ride those pulse waves. Thank God we have a system that we could use in the midst of chaos.
I know. Isn't that dope?
Literally,
can you imagine if we didn't?
It's awesome.
We'd be short.
So we have some rally and crash alerts. I want to remind people, if you want to get riding these pulse waves. Now, I do have to announce we were going to do a free Bitcoin trade tonight, but we're working on fine tuning some stuff. So we'll start that back up Monday night. We'll have our free crypto trade of the week, which is going to be Bitcoin USD using contract trading on KuCoin. Anybody could do it. It's amazing. It's easy. We show you how to use the price triggers to do it effectively. So that's coming tomorrow. But you can't do it without one of our free memberships. So go to the first link in the description. It takes you right to our free membership page. And you can check out that membership and get the free price trigger trade of the week every single week with me. Most of the time, I'm going to twist Dex's arm. People are requesting some stuff outside of the Bitcoin Dex.
So, is that so?
So I told some people you might be doing a free one soon. So Dex is going to dip in there soon. But for now, you get a video every day with me showing you exactly what we're doing with the price triggers, so you can follow along. We even give you the price triggers themselves for the particular free trade of the week that week. So got to check that out, PulseWaveTrading.com. Of course, if you want to make really good decisions in life, you just join PulseWave Trading and get the full experience right away. PulseWaveTrading.com. All right, Dex, you're going to share your screen, show us some charts and what's popping this week. So take us into it, man.
All right, so basically, just want to throw in a forex trade real quick. You see,
got your screen up.
The euro yen. This is the euro yen, and for the most part, it is moving, in sync in a bullish mode with the U.S. stock indexes. So I just want to throw this in there so you can see it. Let's take a look at the weekly. All right, you can see that the euro yen is under the Kumo cloud on the weekly, but we have a bullish setup. We have a nice bounce off of the lows. Question is it going to get enough power to march ahead, or are we about to top out and roll over? That is the question. Hard to say. Who knows? Looking at our next one here, let's take a look at the US dollar, the mighty dollar. And it's also on the that's the daily. Let's put the weekly up. On the weekly chart, you can see it is in correction mode. It is starting to pull back off of highs. All right, we had 99.66 on that weekly, folks. Just a few ticks off of par. I do believe there was a rather dashing gentleman on social media warning people of the potential of the U.S. dollar to go to par back when it was down here. I wonder who that was. I know now. It was me. So here we are. All right. The bullish configuration is starting to threaten to break down and close below the Kumo cloud. We'll see what happens. But as of right now, the weekly is still in correction. Rallies are still being sold, and this is where we are. All right. Don't have to like it, but you do have to deal with it at some point. All right. Taking a look now at the tech sector, the mighty tech sector. All right. The new wave, the new age of markets. Everything is techie now. You see the NASDAQ on the weekly is mad strong. Mad strong. Look at that. All right. Bullish as can be. Trend lines and price action are all above the Kumo cloud and just rip roaring. All right. You had a nice little correction here, had a nice little correction here, had a really big correction here, threatening to turn into a bear market, and then the market comes racing back. All rallies here were sold. Therefore, I'm saying that this thing is still going high until it doesn't. Are we going to get this type of a correction, this type of a correction, or this type of correction? Chances are it's going to be this type of correction times two once it finally does correct. But right now, the market's bullish. You can't fight the tape. You just keep buying until you can't buy anymore. Ride those pulse waves, baby. Moving right along. This right here is very interesting. For those of you who don't know,
what's that? What are we looking at?
Your president has pretty much kicked off World War III. And I think that's going to be his epitaph on his presidency, that he was the president that started World War III. Question for our listening audience. What do you call it when a gunman opens fire on civilians, let's say at an airport? What do you call that? Some people would be tempted to call that a terrorist act, an act of terrorism, right? What would happen if you or I decided, you know, that guy cut me off or he took my parking spot. Let me get out of my car and shoot him to death. What do you think would happen to us? We'd be arrested, charged with murder, capital murder, and probably, depending on what state you're in, you'd be facing life in prison, or the needle, or the gas chamber, or the hanging squad, or the firing squad, or the electric chair, gas chamber, etc., etc. But what do you do if the person who jumps out the car is a representative of the U.S. government and decides to shoot the person who took their parking space or cut them off in traffic? What do you call that, folks? I bet you don't know the answer. 2 seconds, time up. The correct answer is an act of national security. There you go. It's okay when the government does it. It's called an act of national security. And it requires a security clearance way above your pay grade. And you don't have the need to know. That is what they call it. But in the eyes of the law, God's law, it's murder. So when you murder people without the right to trial, there was no trial, there's no judge, no jury, none of that. No evidence examined, no arguments or counter arguments, no talking to the witness, no depositions, nothing, just shooting and killing innocent people because you said that they were a terrorist. And of course, the American people are supposed to just take your word for it because you represent the U.S. government, which means you represent the people. That's what we got. As a ramification and repercussion of that, Iran said they're going to strike back. What do you call an armed band that runs into your home, armed, black masked up, while you're eating at the dinner table with your wife and children, or for the women, your husband and children? And he has a firearm, and he's there to rob your house. What do you call that? You call that a burglar. You call that a home invasion, right? What do you call it when you stand up and protect your property and family? You call that self-defense, right? But when you change out the actors, and now instead of a family at the dinner table, you have a government at the dinner table eating with its officials, and the gunman runs into the building to stick it up. You know what they call that? They would say that is a military action and not an act of war. That's the difference. When the government does something, it's okay. When you or I do something, it's against the law. You go to prison. That's what has been happening over the weekend with these assassinations. Obama did it. Now the new president, Trump, is doing it. They assassinate people because they say so, because they say they are a threat to our national security. They're a threat to our national interests because we say so. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's because we say so. The result of this is now Iran has allies with China and Russia, and they say they're going to take revenge. And they're tired of their country has been occupied by U.S. forces, and they want them out. As a matter of fact, Iran has already kicked out U.S. nationals, and they've been told to leave the country. All right? They've been kicked out of the country. Therefore, you can believe that it's probably a good idea that when I click this little chart here and show you the chart of crude oil, that you go ahead and fill up your gas tank as soon as you get the chance in the morning, because this price of $63 by the time this is all said and done could be $663. And I kid you not. All right? They're talking about hitting U.S. interest in the Middle East. They've threatened to bomb Bahrain, Qatar, Oman, the entire United Arab Emirates, and even Saudi Arabia. All right? If that happens, not $63 a barrel, but $663 a barrel. You're going to definitely want to be trading some crude oil in 2020. Not because it's a market that you like and it's sexy. No, not at all. It's the biggest gangster market in the world. But because your president has now made this the market to be in because of his act of war. Now, this also affects natural gas because, as we know, the largest world's natural gas deposit is over in Qatar. And here we are. You see this baby going down because, of weather and other issues and glut. But once these supplies are cut off, the natty gas, the Widowmaker market will go from the $2 where it's at now to $23 easily.
Hey, Dex, George G4 Periscope is asking what hack will be. We got some people on Periscope. Welcome, Periscope folks.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Commenting on Periscope. There's always a few watching, but it's nice to get some comments from Periscope.
That's a good question. I think hack will go up only because there's a threat of a cyber security threat as a result of this act of war, that some of the players may decide, instead of using bombs and guns, they may just go ahead and just hack people's computers and send nasty little viruses that you can't get rid of. All right, so because you asked me that, let me just take a look-see and see what hack has to say.
While you're doing that, Nancy brought up your 2017 documentary. She mentioned it's on your playlist, short documentary. You talk about how there's a few countries with no federal bank, and America has to attack almost all of them, which it has. It's pretty amazing. Looking at countries with no federal bank is a great way to predict what's going to get hit.
Well, there's an old saying: follow the money. And if you follow the money, it will lead you to the next question of who benefits. Who benefits in these situations? Who benefits in these scenarios? And it's always going to be the U.S. And, foreign policy is a big deal. It's a really big deal. How you deal with people overseas will determine a lot of things. And one of those things that is going to determine is who and what is going to happen with trade. At the end of the day, trade is a very, very big deal, because not all countries are 100% self-sufficient to the point where you can grow any and everything that you need. You know, that's the really cool part about, you know, this world we live in. Everything that you see in the physical realm that's man-made came from the ground. Literally, everything comes from the ground. You know, your iPhone, you know, the tires on your car, everything. The device that we're using to broadcast this, it all came and had its origins from the ground, which is just over the top when you think about it. You mean it came from the ground? Yes, it came from the ground. Everything came from the ground. So I just wanted to bring that up so that you could think about just the kind of world that we live in and how everything is scattered around, and we have to rely on diplomacy and trade in order to get the things that we need. But some people want to be greedy and own and take over everything and take what doesn't belong to them. And that's like 98% of all wars were fought because someone wanted something that they couldn't have. They wanted to covet something from their neighbor. They wanted to take something from their neighbor and not pay for it. All right, so here is your hack. All right, we just came off of a record close of $42.47, and we're right close to it now with the last close at $42.30. So I think Hack is also preparing and has been moving up and preparing for some cyber issues. All right, Hack is saying something's in play. It's been in play. All right, we were going this way, and all of a sudden the market woke up again, and we've been going up ever since. So yeah, this is going to affect Hack in a big way as well. And Hack is definitely something to watch. Another big thing to watch in 2020 is definitely going to be Bitcoin, because as you can see here, I've been telling you, after you do your basing out, the next thing to do is to rock it. And I think that's where we're headed right now. The market wants to rock it. So we'll see if...
Cool, because the question was, is it going to go down and build that other support layer, or is it going to skip it and move? We talked about that last week.
Like I said, we were watching, we had the base was 6,000 to 4,000, okay? Yeah. 6,000 to 4,000. Here we had 65.10, and here we had 64.20, okay? So the argument can be made that we've based now. We've based out. All right, this is a big bullish reversal, and then here too. All right, so I think that everything is there for the market to rally, and this is just on the daily chart. So that's a nice, pretty looking base on the daily.
Bring it.
But we got to look at that weekly, because that's going to really tell the story. Here we are on our weekly chart, and it's looking like we're getting closer to balancing out. Look at this. Look at this base.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
Now, I have to keep it real with you. Sometimes bases...
This is the weekly?
Yes, the weekly. Sometimes bases can become floors that get broken down.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like we had a floor back here, a base, and then we broke down. All right. So sometimes these floors tend to turn into, you know, glass floors that collapse. But this is right here is looking a little interesting. Whenever you get close with these floors, you can get this situation that we have right here. You based out, you got close, and then look at this incredible run. I think this is what we're setting up for right here. And this will bring us up to probably 17 or 18,000 just on the initial thrust alone.
Sick.
So definitely some sick stuff to be watching here moving forward. And last but not least, can't forget gold. Look at this. The markets know something's happening. This thing is ready to pop. And definitely 2200 is very doable in the near future on the gold. That's just a daily chart. Take a look at the weekly chart. You're off to the races here, folks. It's gold is telling you it's ready now. It's ready to rock. It's ready to rock and roll. And then it's going to take its homeboy, silver, with it. This is the daily on the silver. Take a look at this weekly. All right, silver's telling you too, hey, wait for me. I want to play. Look at the bullish pointer here. This is where we're headed. First stop right here on this is about $20 an ounce. We're at 18 now. Looking at a $2 run coming up right in your way. And then from that point onward, you tell me. Last run up back here at that 2109 resistance. We're headed there easily. Should break that easily and be off to the races. Pull up another interesting one for you on your monthly. You remember these highs back here where I warned everybody to take profit and get out the market, and everybody laughed at me and scorned me and called me names. And
you still have nightmares about it.
Yeah, still in
wake up in the
counseling.
middle of the night,
Still in counseling,
crying. Why didn't anybody listen to me? I could have helped.
But here we go. Here we go, folks. Can't ignore it. It's trying to pop out of that Kumo cloud. When's the last time it's been out of the cloud? It hasn't. On the monthly chart, it's never been out of the cloud. Never been out of the cloud.
Yeah.
Never. All right. You were above the cloud for a minute with this run, and then you broke below the cloud and never came back.
Interesting.
But you're coming back now.
Look at how it's hitting that cloud now.
See what I'm saying?
Can you zoom in on that? Is it in the cloud right now on the far right there?
I'm sorry. That's all. I'm sorry. That's all you paid for. You have a free account.
Come on.
I would encourage you to upgrade your account if you'd like to see more of this chart.
Just whisper it in my ear.
We're gonna cut your screen off. Your screen just went black. For everyone else who did pay, here you go.
Is your wife listening? This is exactly the kind of thing I need her to intervene with.
She didn't pay either, so I'm sorry. Here we go. So we're not out of that cloud yet, but we are getting pretty close. You need a close here of about, I want to say, where should we be? Probably, about that 20, a good $20, a close above $20, I think would fulfill that. That would at least set room for support. 20 should be the new support for the run once we can get there. But right now, the bullishness is baked into the pie.
So it's been under the Kumo cloud for years.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah. Wow.
Never come out. And remember, folks, I use algo charts. My algo charts may or may not look like your charts or the charting software with the provider that you use for your trading. May differ wildly.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out there because I'm using algo charts that take into account intraday price data and certain key and action at certain key price levels. So yeah, my charts can be different. I can say you can be looking at a chart right now and it could show you that silver is way below the Kumo cloud, or maybe even above it. But I use algos. That's why my price triggers are so accurate, because I use price triggers.
People need to come on, get down with the sickness is what they need to do. PulseWaveTrading.com. All right, Dex, unless there's anything else you want to add, we're going to wrap it up for today.
That's it.
Head over to PulseWaveTrading.com. We're doing some updates to the website pretty soon. And as a result, our ridiculous 2020 special is going to be taken down. Certainly going to have some other treats and goodies, but going to be hard to beat that special. So if you have a free membership, you'd like a 1-year subscription at a embarrassing price for PulseWave Trading, go to your dashboard and check it out. A lot of people have taken advantage of that, and we appreciate it. And they'll be with us all year. which is pretty sick for some people for pennies. Some paid less than we used to run for a 3-month subscription, which was already discounted. So I mean, some people got ridiculous deals here, and there still are ridiculous deals to be had at PulseWaveTrading.com. Whether you're a new member or a current members are getting even better offer. So check that out. It's on your trading dashboard, and that's it. Dex, leave us with some trading wisdom, man.
As you may know, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace.
Cool. Thanks, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe. We appreciate you. Take care.